group stage, and the teams that we'll be seeing in group stages that will be following the next 2 weekends are Team A is balancing a useless 1x Esports, Team Medieval, and Skirmishers Penta. Group B is gonna be and Skirmishers, main lineup. 3-3s are Pog or I wanna say just RPG. Rewall Dogs in there. And there we have as well, we have 2 more groups that will consist the matches that we'll be seeing today. It's gonna be Powerpuff Girls, Ploof Ploof, No Clue, the Longword team, and Ascended Soldiers. And the last group will be Group D. It will consist Name Not Found, 3945, Timechasers, Nomalax, and Bunkers. Even though it's hard to know which kind of players will in this team, since most people are using a bit unrecognizable team names. But I think when we'll start the player introduction, then it will be quite familiar faces, let's just say it like that. And today in our very first match, we'll be seeing the long name is Deska. In the yesterday's qualifier, he placed 11th in text, 6th in dirt, 23rd in our mini RPG, 16th full speed, 19th Nadio, and their opponent's gonna be Powerpuff Girls, the trio. It'll be, you can see that it's gonna be theoretically a bit one-sided, but I think Deska still can challenge Powerpuff Girls, especially on dirt. And of course, this is just like based on the yesterday's qualification phase, so anything can happen in actual competition format. And let's see. But on paper, playing 3 people against 1, it's gonna be a bit, But since they can swap out players and pick the best player against on each map, but we can see that Powerpuff Girls are in a bit better advantage. But we can see whatever happen today. To give a bit of introduction to the format that you will be seeing, it's gonna be team mode 1v1, so it's gonna be 1v1 on all of the maps. Matches will be played best of 9 or till 5 points. And matches will be played in best of 5, basically till 3 map wins. The team who will get the first 3 map wins wins the match. And the map order will always be the same. Well, starting on the 3 main competitive styles, it's gonna be Tech, Dirt, Full Speed. And if the match is not concluded, then it's gonna be Mini RPG. And in case of a 2-2 situation, Nadio will be the tiebreaker. Soon we'll be starting off the match, and I think it's gonna be a pretty juicy one. I have been really excited, and I think this format will give us some very, very interesting races.
That turns outrageous, it turns them now forageous. You know it turns them fine. But you will feel outrageous, regardless what your age is. Like you will feel alive.
Alrighty, we'll be heading into our very first match of the Trackmania Challenger Series. Very first match of the entire group stage phase, and it's gonna be a Deska's team, or Chrząszczyżewoszynianie. I tried to bit practice that to spell it out, but I think Deska purposely chose, so it's a pretty fun time for the people who will be casting the event. And they will be coming up against Powerpuff Girls. It's gonna be Keby and the one of the two best Dutch players, Sinas, who is mostly known from his full speed experience, the team Numalovs, and Complex, who is also one of the best tech players in the game, and also having the small representation in this event. We'll be starting off the tech map. If you look at the back of the qualification results from yesterday's qualification, we did see that Complex showed one of the best times on the tech map, and that's really helped the team in the total results. And Deska a bit trying to compete in this competition. Actually, Deska was the best, was the most high ranked in the qualification from Mono team, and it just shows that how good of an all-rounder he is, that he is able to compete against pure dirt players, pure tech players on all of these 5 styles of maps. Anyway, in a few seconds we'll be starting off our very first match. It's gonna be the tech map. And let's go. We already see the small minor mistake from Deska starting off a bit. Maybe pressure kicks in. That kind of gives a Complex already a 0.26 advantage already. And Complex being, like I said, one of the better tech players, probably has used to playing these 1v1 situations, where it's you can see when the other person makes a mistake, and that allows him to bit safe on the early round, because it's already 0.5, and that's gonna be a pretty easy round win in the very first opening round. And actually, if we can look at what kind of good times we can expect, everything that is under 38 or like 38.3 and lower, those are really good times, especially in this round setting. And all looks like now Complex is making the early mistake. When we see the qualification, and Deska makes it as well. It's a bit sad because he had a very he had the opportunity of being actually ahead of the Deska making another bonk. And even though Complex did make the early mistake, the same thing that Deska did the last round, it still gives him a pretty open and free round in this matchup. From yesterday's qualifier, we did see that a lot of people were bonking the very first turn, and looks like it's gonna be the same thing in the rounds when there's a bit more pressured situation. And especially in these 1v1 scenarios, all of the players who made it in top 20 are really strong and experienced. And it basically comes down who is the best, has the best mental game. And in this round we do see that it's actually getting a bit tighter on. We see that the Deska is a bit back, but he can still pull up a very nice battle. And Complex is going a bit tighter approach. Looks like he's trying to risk the tighter line a bit less speed, but he still keeps in a small advantage. And Deska going for a bit outside line, but Complex taking the inside line. It seems like it will benefit him, and this will be a free point for Powerpuff Girls. Actually, good times from both of the players. Like I said, 38.3 is like the good. And Passer is a very good rounds time, and we can see that it's already like Complex setting a very good regu on having sub 38s already, like having most of the rounds. And this round we see that Complex is as well a tiny bit ahead, but Deska also has a decent start, and it's already like really close. But Complex has the small up advantage. Deska good keeping his wide approach, trying to compose, and Complex a bit risking there, and he was like few millimeters or pixels off on clipping the border, but it looks like as long as he can make the last one, and he crumbles and he risks the end pointlessly, and it gives a 3 points to Deska. Deska finally getting his first point in this match, and it might spark a chance, even though the player can drive like world record tier pace, but if he can't do it in rounds consistently, and in this format especially when you have to be just 5 rounds ahead of the opponent, then sometimes being the faster player might not be the best, most advantage. Main thing is about consistency. And in this round we actually see that Deska is actually ahead, but Complex is a bit pushing to get in this laid back already, basically tied, and the Deska clips on the inside part, and Complex will give already a small advantage unless he can a bit mess up the last end, and it looks like he can save it, and it will be a point for Powerpuff Girls. Now map point is for Complex. He just needs to win this round and he can win the tech map. But Deska can still deny and maybe do a good reverse sweep if anything can happen. We have seen that Complex is pushing to the limits every single round. And nope, yep. And Deska goes on the full bonk mode in the CP. And unless something mysterious happens and Complex actually somehow DNFs or I don't know, flips out, even though he did touch of it. But the gap is still way too big for Deska to catch up and to secure or make at least a reverse sweep opportunity in the very first map. And this looks like it's gonna be a first point for Powerpuff Girls. Coming up on the dirt map, this map is actually a bit... some people, as I have seen that some people have liked it, that it still uses the TM2 blocks on the dirt map. Some people are a bit against. But this is a map that I think will favor Deska most. I believe Keby will be playing this map during the warm-ups. Players do a small player rotation, like player changes, to see to and plus warm-up. I think will be Keby. Keby was playing. Actually, I did not speak about Keby. Keby is actually one of the best active Swedish players who has joined in the lineup for Powerpuff Girls for this event. And actually, he fits the team very well, and has been a very consistent performance. And in the qualification as well, playing the dirt map and RPG map. And we'll see. The thing is, he will be up against Deska, and Deska is one of the best dirt players in this event. And in the qualification, Deska plays 6th position. Meanwhile, Keby was 10th, which is very good performance. But Deska still having this small bit advantage from the dirt. On dirt, being a mostly experienced, has his main style in the older games, and this map also containing some more of the older blocks, at least from the FX block pack, trying to recreate the TM2 blocks and implement them in this game. There are some blocks that are still used from this, so there's a bit of a mishmash with TM2 blocks and the new blocks on this map, but we will see. Looks like Sinas is a bit playing it. I don't think Siemens will be playing this one map, but anyway, we'll be coming up on the dirt map in just 2 seconds. Alrighty then, we're starting off the dirt map. The very first rounds played in the group stage on the dirt map will be Deska against Keby. Both of the players have set really good times on the dirt map in the qualifier, placing both of them placing top 10. And we actually see that Keby is in a minor lead, but his exit speed from the dirt half wasn't the best, and he goes for the bit outside approach. It's very easy to slide out there, and he missed risks because if you can zigzag, you have a bit more exit speed from there, but it didn't seem the risk pay off. And having a very awkward turn, it won't give the speed check on the downhill, and that will give a free point to Deska. Deska setting a pretty decent time with 38.4. You can expect a very good time here as everything that's under 38.5 in rounds. And I think we with these high tier players, I think we might see 30, low 38s. And actually this morning I saw that Binks set the world record setting the very first 37 on this map. So we might even see 37s, but you have to push it like crazy to make that. Anyway, in this round we see that Deska is also again in the minor A lead, only by just like 0.1. But a bit awkward turn that I think gives Keby a bit of chance. Seems like it's hard to say with that exit speed that he maintained. Both of the players kept the gear from the downhill part. Oh, Keby went so close to the wall, but it looks like this will be 0.4 Deska. Actually a very good round, setting both of good times, 0.3 and 0.4. Those are really good times, considering I think both of those would be like top 10 on qualifier time attack phase. But this was a really sick round. Coming up on the next round, we see that both of the players starting off. Keby going a bit for the inside approach, but having a bit more exit speed on the after first few turns. Oh, looks like Keby still maintains and can challenge Deska on this map. Both are basically even at this point. Looks like this turn is pretty decisive. It's very easy to lose the gear and keep it on this section. But Deska still maintains it, but looks like Keby has a bit more speed. Deska going for a weird outside turn, but he still maintains the gear. Or risks it on the uphill, but Deska still makes it a good exit speed. Keby tries to risk it for the inside line. Deska will take this point on this round. Deska up 3-0 against Keby. Theoretically, on paper, this was a bit expected, but Keby still can pull out the Swedish powerhouse genes from Frostfuel and Karjan and possibly challenge Deska here. Keby being a bit ahead, just by a few hundreds. Going pretty even. Oh, that was a sick uphill from both of the players, but a bit awkward bump from Keby there on the side of the border gives Deska a bit more advantage now. Just by 0.1, it's very close, anything can still happen. Deska being on the lead a bit already, 0.2, but anything can happen if they lose the gear, anything can still touch the wall. Deska still ahead, going for very nice, and Keby touches, goes for the opts for the safe way, and Deska having a very sick regu. We're trying like 0.3, 0.4 every single round. Damn, that's a really sick performance there. And having already on the round point, or like map point I should rather say, on the dirt map, Keby has a very weird entry line on the very first few turns. This gives Deska already a 0.17 advantage after the very few first turns, and already 0.4 gap. Deska's just clapping on this dirt map and shows very good pace and regu on this. Really insane. Keby also has done a very good job, but Deska's pace is just too strong here. And this will be, wow, 0.2. That's an insane time. And this will be 5-0 clean sweep on the dirt map, and this will be a 1-1 score in this match. That was an insane performance by Deska on the dirt map, but can he still maintain the performance on the full speed one? Seen as being primarily a full speed player, so this will be his time to shine. But Deska still, even though Deska is the highest ranked mono team, as we call it in this competition terminology, still maintaining a very close fight with some of the very hard player combinations to come up against, and challenging on their preferred styles is pretty insane. Sina's placed as well, top 10 on this map, but I think Deska sadly did not have the best performance here. He placed, I believe, top 20 on the full speed map. So Sinus is in a very good advantage here, and but Deska still can capitalize on Sinus mistakes and still grab some points and possibly maybe a map win. Even though the players have a better pace, but if they don't like the consistency, especially in this format, then you have to play on other players' mistakes. Alright, in 20 seconds we'll be starting off the FS map. Of course, Sinus will be playing it for Powerpuff Girls. Deska will be mono-teaming through this entire match, trying to challenge these. If these players let's say if one of these teams lose the match, they are not eliminated, but they will be up against in a round in a roundabout system with the other player teams with the groups, and the top 2 teams from the groups will move on to playoffs. And when we're starting off the very first round on the full speed map, we do see that Sinus will opt on a bit better line than Deska already on the very start, and makes it a very tighter section. Deska bit being ahead, but still anything can happen with very good speed slides, and of course maintaining the consistency on the later of the parts of the map. Deska does some very weird zigzags there, just like a bit awkward travel distance and a bit small bump there, and that gives already a Sinus a 3-point unless he can maintain till the end. Sinus has a 0.5, which is a pretty nice time, especially for rounds. I think kind of the same time slots we can expect, that it's 38.5, 0.6 and lower. For rounds, I think, are the very good times that we can potentially expect. World record at the moment is 0.1 by Madsen, if I recall correctly. So that is like what you can do maximally on this map, but in rounds, of course, players won't push it that much, and it's very hard, not that likely that we will come across the 0.1s or 0.2s here, but everything 38.6 and lower is still insane. Sinus having already a massive advantage already by 0.5. Deska's trying to work on the consistency, but challenging Sinus, being one of the better full speed players in the game. And 30.3? That's insane. Okay, yeah, that is an insane time by Sinus there, especially in rounds. I am really impressed. But Deska doesn't seem like it, but since he gets Nadio'd. Deska sadly gets Nadio'd in this round, and this looks like it's gonna be a 3-point for Sinus. Stuff like that can happen, but it's just like it's usually a player's fault if he managed to respawn and double tap on the first CP, so it can sadly happen. Hopefully that will be patched in the next few upcoming updates, so these kind of unlikely scenarios don't happen, but it is what it is. And even in this round, Deska having the unfortunate thing happening from having the unfortunate CP bug, Sinus still sets a very nice rounds time, 0.3. That shows him kind of the same regu as Deska was on the dirt map. Being regu 0.3 and 0.4s on a full speed map is really insane. And Deska sadly clips a bit. It doesn't seem like this is Deska's day, but on full speed. But Sinus still casually stomping on Deska on full speed, giving this free map another map round point for Team Powerpuff Girls. I can't explain really how insane are the times that Sinus is driving in regu. 0.3 and 0.4's regu is really good. That is like top 10. He's driving top 10 times every round basically. Okay, we have potential match points for Powerpuff Girls and Sinas, but can Deska potentially at least join at least one round win on the full speed map? Can he do it? Sina's still showing the insane consistency and the times that he can drive in this matchup is I think it should be really intimidating. That's like, there's no way I can beat this, and Deska at least managing to reach the finish line in this one, and that is gonna be a GG on the full speed map. This point will go to Powerpuff Girls. Small mistake from the map order perspective. We should be on the mini RPG, but that will be noted down. We don't have a bracket, but we have a tournament public page where you can see all the groups and the matches that are happening. This is the very first match that we have today, so none of the other matches are played at the moment. And we'll see the very first few matches being played during today. And sorry, voice is a bit missing up, but this will be the very first, so we don't really see that there is any kind of difference. I wasn't actually really planning to do cast today, but none of the other casters are available for now, so I'm substituting them for this moment. To give on this idea, this will be a really important map for the match. If Team Powerpuff Girls do manage to win this one, they will win this entire match, since we're going on best of 5 from the maps. If Deska manages to win this map, if this match is if Deska manages to win this one, then we'll be going on to the tiebreaker, which is gonna be the Nadio. Looks like Keby is gonna be playing the mini RPG one. Keby did set also one of the top 10 times in the qualifier for Team Powerpuff Girls on the mini RPG one. Deska was a bit struggling. He did set also a pretty decent time, but I think it was like top 15. So Keby is in a bit of an advantage here. But this map is very, very punishing. One big mistake can cost you up to 5 seconds, maybe even more. So having the chance of driving this consistent is very important. And there's a lot of places where you can risk even more. So it's a very punishing map. And especially if you want to push it, and if it's a very close round, it can go anyway. Let's just say it like that. It's very hard to predict who will really win this one. Anyway, very first round on the mini RPG map. It's Deska against Keby. The very first few rounds we say that in very first few turns we see that Keby is a minor advantage. Already just 0.1, but it's in this map one single mistake can up to everything. Deska does take the overtake. Meanwhile, Keby does make the very first mistake on this one, clipping on the side of the platform road, giving a Deska a free point if he can maintain his pace and don't make any mistakes in the rest of the map. As long as he can make this barrier, it should be fine, and it looks like this will be a point for Deska. Deska probably getting the confidence on having this very first opening point on the mini RPG one, thinking that it is possible still to get this comeback in this match. Keby again having a bit better starts than Deska, just about a tiny bit. But if Deska can maintain the consistency that he had on the last round, then he can challenge Keby and Powerpuff Girls in this match. Keby still maintaining without having both players having very clean rounds so far. Keby even having a bit tiny lead, but it all comes down to who can risk the end the best. Deska has a bit more speed on cupping the jump. They're basically even. Keby goes for a bit of an approach. He risks this, and he gets a bit more speed than Deska. And both players setting 41s. Okay, that's insane. That's a very good round there, and Keby secures a 1 point for Team Powerpuff Girls. A very good time you can expect on this map. Everything is sub under 41.8 and faster in rounds is really good. World record here is a 40 seconds by Hazard. But 41s, even though it's over 1 second ahead. Oh no, Deska has a unfortunate mistake there. You know, Keby still can make mistakes and anything can still happen. But this looks like a free point so far for Keby and Team Powerpuff Girls. Even though it's a 1 second from world record for a good time, this map is very punishing. And 41.5 is that Keby just set is a really sick time, especially for rounds, and that gives another point for Team Powerpuff Girls. Deska really needs to step up his performance here, try to at least maintain the good consistency in rounds to at least yoink the RPG map from Powerpuff Girls. Saying that he has a better start than Keby on this round, but he has a very awkward. Oh, he risks it a bit. No, he took a very tight lines trying to push it a bit, but sadly a small bounce, and looks like Deska is a bit molding, and he DNF'd in this round, giving Keby a free round in this match. Keby just needs to finish, and that will secure a point for Team Powerpuff Girls. Doesn't seem like Deska is in the best mood right now. Keby even making this nade that could have potentially given Deska a potential comeback on this map if he had continued playing. But he has more than 2 rounds to work with. Deska still can make the comeback. Oh, Keby having an unlucky bump there. Deska having a nice advantage. Keby will most likely won't make the jump. He'll have to respawn. Deska just needs to take a very clean round on this RPG map, and he can secure a free point on this map. Where is Keby? Keby is still driving in the back somewhere, trying to at least maintain have at least decent run on this map. Try to wait for some of the Deska's mistake. Deska does actually click on the balance port, but it's still enough since Keby is way too far back, and that will secure a point for Deska. Deska is a bit closing in on the competition right now. It's already 3-2, even though Keby is leading. Deska still can make the upset on the RPG map. In qualifiers, Keby did rank a bit higher than Deska here in the qualifiers. Deska again having a bit better start than Keby. Oh, very risky line there by Deska, trying to push it on very close on the borders. Keby having a bit better inside line, giving a bit more better roof hit from that, but it's still very close. Deska tries to risk push it for the inside lines, but you need 248 speed to make this jump. Both players do make it. Keby goes for a bit riskier outside line. He gets more speed. Oh, but Deska still makes it from the inside lower line, and Keby has more speed, but this will be Deska taking this round, and a very good round, 41.69 by Deska, and Keby 41.8, but this will be 3-3 in this round. Very nice round there by both of the players. Very good times and very good consistency performance-wise. Now it's just 2 round wins, and players will be opting to win. Either Keby wins the entire match, or Deska will make it match extend to the Nadio match. Can Deska deny Powerpuff Girls on this matchup? A very close round again on this opening. Both players are basically tied, entering the checkpoint. Keby a bit risking for the bit outside line. It has the potential of hitting the slow motion block, that's losing a few seconds. It's a very minor advantage for Deska, both players going for the inside line. Keby a bit pushing it. Deska has a better approach, and that will give better options for Deska, going for the low jump, and that's a very sick time and round from both of the players. Deska having 0.3. That's an insane time there, especially in rounds. Deska just has to win one more round, and we're moving on to the Nandio map. Keby still can deny the continuation of the match. If Deska can win this one, we'll be moving on to the Neo map, or maybe Keby can clutch it out, and the match will finalize on the RPG map. Again, very close on this checkpoint there, but Keby has a bit more exit speed, and that will give on the platform jumps. But Keby has a bit turns too much, and where's Deska? Deska had a bit more slide, and that loses him a bit speed. Can he risk it? Deska bit released. Oh no, he clipped. And he had to respawn. Meanwhile, Keby did it securely, and again with the very sick rounds time, he gives a point for Team Blue. This is it. If Deska wins this round, we're moving on to Nadio. If Keby wins, this is GG for Team Powerpuff Girls. And Keby blows it. Keby gets the speed penalty from the first jump, taking a very awkward line there, gifting himself the speed penalty, thus not making a jump. This is a very free round for Deska if he can make it till the end. Oh no, Deska flumbers! Deska messed up! And that will give a chance for Keby to catch up. But can he even make it? No, he doesn't. Can't take the roof hit. And does make it. Keby can't have a free point unless he makes other mistake. Will this be GG for? Yeah, it looks like Deska is full on dead, and this looks like just Keby just needs to finish, and it'll be GG for Team Powerpuff Girls. Wow. Congrats to Team Powerpuff Girls winning the very first match in this in the group stage phase. Deska still showed a very good job on the mini RPG map. Wow, that was insane. That was really close match. Deska still managing to pull off a very good performance and challenging Powerpuff Girls on the other map, and that was insane. Anyway, in 30 minutes, we'll be coming up on the next match, so stay tuned. We'll be starting off on the next match in just a few minutes.